And if the world ever has an apocalypse, I will kill all of you fuckers. Fear will be plentiful, death will be bountiful, I will spare none of you peasants.
The Devil Summoner from this year's XXL freshman class, XXXTentacion, has been dropping songs, projects, and albums for a while now. Working with such artists as Ski Mask the Slump God, Rich Chigga, and Keith Ape, as well as having a feature on Kodak Black's Project Baby in the song Roll in Peace, as having some controversy of Drake having a similar beat of Look at Me for KMT.
Kicking my pants. My bitch don't love me no more. She give me out on like bro. Them bitch don't wanna be friends. I give it this to you, man.
Jaysa Offroy, or
XXXTentacion,
dropped a new project on August 25th, 2017, with the title 17. With the warning of not only tweets, Instagram stories, but also an intro to the album being an explanation of why he made the album. You obviously know by the time you start this album, this project will not be filled with hype songs such as Look at Me or I'm Sippin' Tea in Your Hood. This album came from X's feelings and emotions, and a lot of people write this album off because of this. I've actually heard such things as, he should have spent more time making a better album. You had the warnings among social media, and X prefaces this album with an explanation stating, by listening to this album, you are literally, and I cannot stress this enough, literally entering my mind. And if you are not willing to accept my emotion and hear my words fully, do not listen. So let's hype into the dynamics of this album, and let's see if one of my most personally hyped up albums this year was any good. As a preface for this review, I will not be putting any previews of the songs, and there will be no spoilers of the songs in this review due to my respect to X. So I do recommend you listen to the album on Spotify before or after hearing my opinions on the album. With that said, I can say without a doubt that this album is an emotional roller coaster. I have never cried while hearing music, but I will admit that I almost made it to the end of the album without crying. Then I heard the song titled Orlando that just hit me with emotional lyrics as well as a dramatic piano sample. This album talked about his personal demons as well as heartbreak and just inner depression. Sure, it might seem like a bad thing, but the album is meant for the people with these inner demons as a way to numb the pain, and preferably X would like you to be cured with his music. 17 may not be the most organized album, but it doesn't really need to be in a specific order to give you the emotions that X wanted you to feel. X stated on multiple occasions that he put his heart and soul into the album, and he had a mission to numb or even cure his fans' depression. He wanted to state the way he handled his situations with hardships, such as being put in jail for the alleged abuse of his ex-girlfriend, Genevieve Ayala. He may have faced false imprisonment as well as physical assault accusations, but X still creates songs for his fans and his fans only. He cares about how their mental state is, especially since a good friend of his by the name of Jocelyn Flores visited him in Florida, and she then committed suicide since she has been suffering from depression. The mental state of himself is obviously important, but I can tell by the way he promoted this album, he wants the mental state of his fans to be kept in a healthy physical environment, and he doesn't want anything bad to happen to them. He cares about his fans, and he realizes how important they are to him, because without the fans, X would not be X. He would just be a nobody, and I really believe that this album shows that appreciation. With such emotional tracks such as Jocelyn Flores, Depression and Obsession, and Orlando, X's first album earns an 8.5 out of 10 stars.
Hell is just a government creation, and all the information they solicit isn't nearly close to truth. It was clear since the alteration. The books our children study when they say Columbus covered America, oh, the ultimatum. Telling you the truth, oh well, I'm already in hell, I'm tired of having patience. So I'ma sell my soul and say some shit.